Hi there, bi folks, bi-curious folks. How do you know if you're bi folks? I don't know if I'm bi folks. And I just want to be all up in somebody's business, folks. My name is Shauna. I'm out here being bi in my house. So I have not posted for 3 Fridays. And when I first started doing this, when I changed my the platform of my channel to issues, or not necessarily issues, but to represent bisexual people, bi plus people, that our community, I said I was gonna post every Friday. But the truth is, I had nothing to talk about. So I mean, I probably could have talked about some stuff, but I wanted to talk about something just halfway interesting. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about today, I'm trying not to be like serious and kind of, melancholy on too many of my posts. And I know the last one I was talking about how one of my clients was really going through some stuff, and how that put a lot of things in perspective for me that I thought were pretty bad, but nowhere near as much as what she was going through. So look for that video. That was the video from 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Today is October 12th, which is the day after Coming Out Day, National Coming Out Day. So even though it's been roughly, has it been a year? Oh, it's been roughly a year since, not even that I necessarily came out, but that I even realized that it was bi. It's not that I don't think I really knew. So I knew I had the attraction, but I don't know. I guess I kind of just kept telling myself that it was bi-curious. But you can only be curious for so many for so long. You can't keep for years and years telling yourself that you are curious, especially if you've already had experiences and you still are interested or attracted to those experiences and situations. You can't just say I'm curious because you already know. So, but that's what I kind of thought. And then I think I probably went over this on another video. I think I have, but I just wanted to touch base about that because of, we'll just review it because yesterday was National Coming Out Day. And if you saw that video, I apologize for the repetition. But for those who didn't see it, what I was saying is that I didn't realize that bi was something you had to come out for. So, and I was watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine one time, and Rosa, the character Rosa, came out on one of the episodes, and I was like, I didn't know that was something that people did. I knew people came out as lesbian, gay, and transgender, and non-binary or asexual. I didn't even know if they came out necessarily. I knew that a lot of younger people had considered themselves identify as gender fluid and stuff like that. I've seen a couple of things like that, but that's a younger generation, and I don't really identify with that. I don't really, that's not my experience. So I guess I really didn't, pay too much attention, because usually when something doesn't apply to you, it's off your radar and it's not important to you. But then you realize that, like, for bi plus people, visibility is very important. So once I realized that Bible was something, it's if you feel safe, it's a good idea to come out if you feel safe and supported, and you know, that's something that you want to do, because you don't have to, but it is visibility is important if for other people who don't feel that they can. So if you can, if in my experience, I could, so I did. But anyway, what I really wanted to talk about, well, I do want to say that if anybody came out yesterday, they felt like that was something they needed or wanted to do, I want to say congratulations. You have a support system, even if you may not necessarily feel like you have one. I'm a support system. Come to my page. You can comment on my videos. I will respond back. And yeah, with some encouraging words, because also I am a spiritual counselor. So yeah, I understand. I can empathize with a lot of things, even if I don't identify with them. I can empathize with them. And speaking of empathy, I know that a lot of people in the LGBTQIA plus community identify as, well, they are empaths, and marginalized people tend to be more empathic, not empathetic, more empathic, where you feel somebody's feelings, somebody's experience as if it were your own. And that's why you have to protect yourself. I protect myself with my 7 Angels talisman. That's one of the ways. But you have to constantly protect yourself if you consider yourself an empath. Or even if you don't consider yourself an empath, but you are sensitive to energies. You know, some people say, I'm not an empath, but I'm sensitive to energies, which empaths also are. You have to protect yourself mentally, physically. You have to protect your energy and your sacred space and your heart, because there are, as much as we would love to be positive and say that most people are good, and I do believe that most people are good, but there are some really bad people. And then there are some people who don't know they're bad, or who don't know they're toxic, or don't realize that they're toxic, or even people who know they're toxic and they don't care because they have all these excuses about why I'm toxic, because I had this bad childhood and I had these bad experiences, and so now I get to treat people badly because now, you know, I'm in a position to. And that always boggles my mind, where if you have somebody who's gone through some really bad experiences, and when they get an opportunity to treat somebody better or to treat them worse, a lot of people choose worse, because, you know, it's the whole thing, hurt people, but they don't have to hurt people. It's a choice. Everything is a choice. So empaths, you have to protect yourself, because needy and greedy people are usually attracted to you. You attract those people because you have all this empathy, because you're so strong and you're so wonderful and you are able to empathize with so many people, and you're loving and you're caring and you're open and you're helpful, and you attract those people, and they take advantage of you because they know you're not expecting anything in return. And so they keep asking and they keep asking and they keep taking, because you're just going to keep on giving. And you can't continue to do that. No is a complete sentence. And I even used to tell my children that when I say no, it's the end of the conversation, not the beginning of a negotiation. Complete sentence. no. And it's really difficult, especially for giving, caring, loving empath, to say no. It's difficult because in our nature, we want to help people. If we see somebody having a hard time, we want to support them. We want to offer them our helping hand and our open hearts. We want to offer them that stuff. But you can't save the world. My sister has a huge heart. Her heart is so big. And she has had, we both had pretty rough childhoods, especially the first few years. So it was 8 years for me. And then it was she's 3 years younger than me. So it was 5 years for her. That first 5 for her, 8 for me, and 3 for our brother before that, and 2, it was 5 of us. I'm the oldest. So, but for the first 8 years of my life, it was a really rough childhood. So she has gone through some really rough things. And even after we went on to the second part of our childhood journey, it was still pretty rough because we were children. We were dealing with the stuff that had happened earlier. And so, you know, she has a lot of anger. And I did too. I'm not by any means saying, oh, this is what a problem that only she had. I had a lot of anger too. So she has a lot of anger, but her heart is so big. And she always has these big, lofty dreams that when I make it, I'm taking everybody with me. She wants to take everybody, the whole family, the whole friends, the friends' friends. She, you know, everybody always drops their kids off at her house. Well, they used to because her kids are grown now. Drop their kids off her house. They didn't have to ask. They had an open-ended babysitting situation because she would always just take care of it. She didn't care. She had such a big heart. And then I think a lot of her anger was coming from later on in her life that nobody was as good to her as she was to them. And she had foster kids, and she had kids from the neighborhood who had bad childhoods, and they would just live with her. And I told her, you can't save everybody. Like, it's completely understandable because she's an empath and she's a loving and open and caring person. And it's so easy for her to want to help everybody. I understand that because I am those things too, but I got to the point of knowing that I can't help everybody a lot sooner than she got to that point. And yeah, so that it's a difficult thing for her to accept because she wants to help everybody. If she can, that's what she'll do. And so, yeah, empaths, you just have to understand that you have to say no. You have to put a stop to it. You have to protect yourself. Give yourself all of that love that you're giving everybody else. You have to be your you. So the you that you are to them, you have to be that you to you. Be that you to you. Love yourself like you love each other, like you love others. Give all of that wonderful advice and direction and support and instruction that you give to other people. Give that to you. All of that forgiveness that you give to other people, give that same amount of forgiveness to you. You deserve all that stuff you're giving to other people. You deserve that too. So treat yourself just as good as you treat others, if not better. Because guess what? You can't give from an empty cup. You can't. Fill yourself up first. And then when your cup runneth over, you can give because you have so much. But fill yourself up first. That's all I have for today. I think I probably wanted to say something else, but I start talking and then next thing I know, I'm talking about something else. But please, in the comments, let me know if that's an experience that you have had as an empath or as somebody who's sensitive to other people's energies, and you know when somebody is a toxic person that you should stay away from, but you don't because, you know, you want to help them and they're damaged and you want to help heal them. So let's talk about that. And we will hopefully open a dialogue to other people, and we'll have a whole discussion about how we protect ourselves from each other, and we can learn from each other. So let's do that. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I will see you next time. Not in 3 weeks. I'm going to see you next week.